Um, Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. This has been one of the huge hits in comics, just showing how you can take a cult classic series, television series, and turn it into a huge mainstream hit.
Yep.
And I think this is Dark Horse's top-selling title next to the Star Wars book.
Yeah, and it was in the top. I mean, it was in the top 10
Of the Diamond
sales for numerous amount of issues. I don't remember. I mean, number one went to what, like 5 printings or something like that, like something over 150,000 copies.
Has there been a hardcover graphic novel?
No, there was a soft cover. And you remarked it. Dark Horse does a fucking awesome job on their jackets. I mean, the designs for their graphic novels are top notch, and that Buffy trade, I mean, and yeah, they didn't need to put it in the hardcover because they knew that it was quality and it was going to sell regardless. You don't need to, put it in a hardcover on there. They don't want, and that's kind of what I like Dark Horse. I mean, yeah, they came out like this week. They came out with the Goon hardcover Fancy Pants edition signed by Eric Powell, but that's for the collectors who really want that. That's not the norm.
And that was like a limited print run.
It's a limited print run too.
So it's like just the collectors who like his stuff will grab it, have it,
exactly.
keep it. They're not expecting to make a mint on it.
No, not at all.
But Buffy right now, spoiler alert, has an interesting experience in issue 12, where...
Oh, and by the way, Dark Horse has been hyping this one issue to retailers.
Right.
All over the internet, they've been telling retailers, like, you need to order more copies of this because this is going to sell out. Yeah, of course, you can't tell in there, they wouldn't tell us what it was. I speculated because of, and a lot of people speculated of the title.
The Werewolves.
The Werewolves, I thought like, oh, Oz is coming back.
Oz is coming back.
It's going to be, he hasn't been around for a few seasons. It's going to reintroduce Oz into the Buffyverse. Whether that's going to happen or not is to be seen, but it didn't happen in this issue.
Right. So what was the big thing that happened?
Buffy's a little bi-curious. It was pretty, it just happens, man. You open up, you're reading it, and all of a sudden Buffy's in bed with one of the Slayerettes, one of the trainees. And in the last couple of fill-in issues that Joss wrote, he set it up, and we should also point out that this is written by Drew Goddard.
Drew Goddard
of now Cloverfield fame, but he was a writer contributor on Buffy and Angel, TV series,
and Lost. So, which brings me to an interesting point that this is a huge deal. An actual depiction of women expressing sexual desire for each other, pretty openly in the book too.
Yes.
And yet, DC really tried sweeping the whole Batwoman is gay,
which is
sexuality aspect. They just tried really burying that and covering it up. After announcing she's our first big gay character, well, not the first big gay character, but she was basically would be an iconic gay character.
Yeah.
And they've never since then you've not heard boo about it.
No, and there was supposed to be that they were supposed to do an ongoing series. Mm-hmm. They've been talking about it forever. Like I think J.G. Jones was attached to it at one point, but that's kind of been put because they don't. Now I'm sure they don't want it coming out while the Batman movie's out, and add more of what are those things called?
Stigma? No.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a stigma, but
no, I don't think a magnifying glass.
Magnifying, okay.
On the industry, just on this little thing. I don't think it wants to blemish the whole Batman movie. But the only problem that I have with this is that it's been done in Buffy.
Right,
and I think
with Willow.
With Willow,
right.
But I think wasn't that like one of the first female on female kisses on TV? Was that Willow with Tara?
No, that was Roseanne had done that beforehand.
Roseanne, but I'm talking about shows that really matter to these people.
Cultural touchstone.
Yeah, it was a cultural touchstone.
Yeah.
More ways than
But
one.
no, but you're right. No, there was a big thing, and I give Joss Whedon credit that he never shied away from those things and that subject matter, which is why I think Buffy appeals a lot to female readers.
Yeah.
And I don't. And to me, I guess as a guy who wants to see more women in comics, not only reading them but involved in the creative aspect. I myself, I get really frustrated with the men in, the good old boys club that is withholding this sort of expression, which I think is natural and I'll say from a purely selfish standpoint, pretty hot.
Yeah, but I mean the way that the context that it's presented in is good. I mean it's not sensationalizing
Right.
at all. It is
Right.
it is Buffy having feelings just for another person, regardless of gender whatsoever, and they did a good job in there of doing it. Now it's one of those things that it's obviously there. I don't think it's she mentions in there that she is not a lesbian, and I think
Right.
Joss Whedon has done an interview this week for a comic website, and he says in there that it is a very experimental thing for her, and it's just her attraction to somebody. And but no, I mean it was a good read, but here I was thinking Oz is coming back, and here I get like 2 chicks in bed naked.
Oh, what a trade-off. And just so you know, I don't mean to seem sexist. I mean, I saw Brokeback Mountain, and I enjoyed that too. I mean, I'm not. I mean,
well, again, it's all a matter of context.
Right.
It's all a matter of context, and anything can be written as long as it's given the respect that it deserves.
Respect. That is absolutely correct. And I know my commentary is not very respectful, but I'm just being.